sorry.
I love how Katie gets ready for the debauchery and then looks so innocent after.
I'm just like,
Hello,
I don't have
everybody.
a web browser open.
Happy Friday. Katie has been very bad before we went live. And it was
true.
inspired by our good buddy, Andre, sci-fi
Instigating.
guy, Cotman.
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody.
he's bad news. Bad news. He's wearing a cool prune juice and chill shirt, though.
There we go.
Yes.
And you know meteorologist Katie, of course, she's going to be sharing what she's got in a moment.
Oh, it'll be great.
Melissa Longo is Neelix and chilling. We were talking naughty about Neelix, too, that rascal.
Naughty buddy.
That's
Did Andre throw
Because
up in
I'm
his
naughty
mouth?
by Neelix, not because I helix. Remember that song? Not because I hate you. And my name is Ryan T. Husk. Somebody knew that Naughty by Nature reference. We have a lot to talk about. Everybody, happy Friday, happy Star Trek Friday. It's your favorite time of the week because you've had a long week. It's been crazy. It's been stressful. And now it's time to have fun. It's time to relax. It's time to chill with your pals. It's time for Star Trek and Chill. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel, give it a 5-star rating if you're listening in, and a nice review. We'd really appreciate that. So, we've got a lot to talk about. The USS Callister is getting an actual spin-off show. Is it actually
no way.
factually
Wow.
happening? Is it actually happening? Because here's the thing. It just kind of was mentioned like yesterday or the day before, totally under the radar. And I was like, wait, is this real? And if it's real, why is this not blowing up the internet? Because it was blowing up the internet a few years ago when we were all banging the drum for it. So yeah, we do have the same face right now, Andre.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
What?
So everybody in the live chat, do you know what the USS Callister is? Can I get a hell yeah?
Yeah.
And we also want to talk a little bit about Mr. Woof. Also, John Delancey is doing some things and saying some things that's also talking some spinoffs. But first and foremost, before we get into all of that, I just have to point out there's a gigantic announcement that just happened. You're not going to believe this. I can barely believe it myself. Here it is in the virtual TrekCon Facebook group. Your eyes do not deceive you. Brent J. Spiner is trying to join the virtual TrekCon group, and I'm sure it's really him. By the way, I'm sure it's not somebody that's just going to post in there and say, "Hey, everybody, if you love me, say yes, please, and I will give you shirts." Or I'm sure that this is actually Brent J. Spiner, the real deal. He tracked down our 872 person group and was like, these are my people. I want to support them. I just want to sit quietly and support them and like their videos and subscribe. So this is great. I don't know. Should I do it? Should I hit approve? I don't know what to. Should we preview his let's preview his post before because I'm sure it's him.
Let's bet this guy.
Yep,
well, that sure looks like him.
Of all the pictures.
Today marks another year of wonderful life experiences and lessons. Here's to embracing the future with an open heart and mind. Thanks for being a fan. I'm sure this definitely sounds like Brent Spiner. I'm sure this is what he says always.
Of my 3 interactions with him. No.
Yeah. He definitely wants to post that picture of himself.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we let him in or not? We'll definitely have to do a poll about this. What do you guys think?
I think it's a poll.
Yeah.
Depends. How much time do you have to mess with someone? Because it's a full-time job. Everyone in the chat is like, don't put it on us.
Yeah. We are totally putting it on you.
Yeah. I'd love to see what people in the profile in the chat think. Yep.
This could be such a great inside joke. Everyone else on the group is in on it.
That would be funny. Chason thinks it's an AI generated response.
entirely possible.
All
AI
right,
is
so
getting
we've
like
got
freaky good.
a
So.
poll in the live chat. The question is, should we let the very real Brent J. Spiner page in the VTC group? Of course, or no way. This is, boy, oh boy, this is going to shape the face of virtual TrekCon forever.
I need to see the receipts. You have to vet his page further offline and then let him in.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, let's explore some more.
One picture doesn't cut it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's get it. This is obviously
click
the
on his
very
name?
real Brent J. Spiner that just really wants to join little groups.
Is he in Houston? Does he live in Houston? Because
It says he's got 3,000 followers.
I was gonna say how.
Oh, that could be it.
But
Thanks
I
gifts,
wonder if
gifts can come in. I see. I wonder if he has a paper. Oh, he probably wants Target gift cards.
Red flag.
Oh, okay.
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Where are you supporting me from? Let me.
I feel like if he saw that picture, he'd be like, burn it.
Believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. Happy New Year's apostrophe S to all the Trekkies out there. Resistance is futile. Boy, that's a lot of words.
He posted that on January
Apostrophe
9th. That's
S.
more than a week into the new year.
But
Boy, this.
But what does the year have? Because isn't that possessive?
Right? Possessive.
Aim for the sky, but move slowly, enjoying every step along the way. It is all those little steps that make the journey complete. Oh, you guys, I'm convinced. This is Brent Spiner definitely likes these kinds of inspirational quotes.
Does he? I thought he was way more curmudgeon-y.
Yeah.
I would love to think that this is an AI chatbot that just gained sentience. It was like, you know what? I'm going to be Brent Spiner now.
Greetings at followers. So he's tagging all of his followers. That also seems very much like Brent Spiner. He wants to grab everyone's attention. I hope you're all having a productive week. Love you all. Kissy face, lovey-dovey face.
Decline.
You should ask Denise if he texts her those kind of emojis.
Oh, shout out to my newest followers. He's excited to have you.
Look at the consistency, or rather lack thereof, of posting. It's like June, January.
It's the block.
Well, and it has to be said that it's only one new year.
Yes.
There's only 1 year right now.
That's a grammatical.
Yeah. That's one of my pet peeves.
Mine too.
Apostrophe S is the most egregious, unless you add Eve. New Year's Eve.
Exactly.
But then when you say Happy New Year's, that's when we have a problem. It has to be Happy New Year.
Right. Happy New Year.
In my opinion.
It's only 2024. It's not 2024 and 2025 and 2026 and 2027.
You
all
guys,
at the same time.
We're looking ahead.
You guys, our live chat is infested with rascals right now. We are getting more of course votes for no way. You guys, are you trolling us? You really want us to let this guy in? He's going to cause havoc in our little group.
How does he have 3,000 followers? Are they all bots? I have so many questions. Or does 3,000 people get fooled?
I think 3,000 people got duped.
Fooled.
Probably.
Could be bots, though. He could have just found somebody and paid like 23 cents for 1,000 bot followers that will say, yes, and this shirt too. Also, love kissy face. All right. So while these guys are changing their votes to no way,
I voted yes for the chaos.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
You're chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Back of the headsets, 3,000 suckers.
Yeah. First name, I'm gonna get you.
There you go.
It's a movie from the
Funny.
80s.
Yes.
They picked the worst pictures of him too.
Okay, Shag 840 is like very subtly saying, "Hey everyone, I'm anxious to hear the USS Callister news."
Okay.
Wink, wink. As in, guys, we get it. Brent J. Spiner, haha, teehee, we voted. Can we talk about the Callister, please?
But also, happy birthday, Brent Spiner.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah,
right.
it is his
What a
birthday.
coincidence.
It's his birthday.
See, rather than
Yeah.
going out and partying with his friends, he's trying to
Yeah.
join the VTC group and spread the love. What a guy. What a You're right.
What a
Happy
guy.
birthday.
Oh.
All right. So, okay, I can't even believe this. Andre, can you preface this by telling everybody what the USS Callister is? I feel like you are the one that convinced me to watch it because everybody was a buzz and a flutter about it. And I was like,
Mhm.
at one of our Discovery watch alongs with like Doug Jones, no big deal or whatever,
Yeah.
And I was like, what's with this Callister? And you're like, bro, you got to watch it or we can't be friends anymore.
I didn't deliver the ultimatum. So, if you're familiar with Black Mirror, one of the episodes was basically they do a lot of episodes about virtual worlds and immersion of that. So the main captain, the guy pictured right behind me, with the really nice hair, had created a fantasy world called the USS Callister, and in the simulate, he had a copy of that simulation, and so he's the captain of that simulation, and so the dark part of it, because Black Mirror always turns dark, is that he
Oh, yeah.
copied the real life personalities of his coworkers and his boss and partner, and then put them in and basically made them they kept all their memories. So when they're imported into the simulation, they thought they're the real person trapped in this Star Trek like simulation. So if you haven't seen the episode, it's an amazing tribute to Star Trek. And the story is basically about how these real people kind of blend into that world and then ultimately trick him, and how they I won't tell you the ending, but how they end up dealing with the situation. But it's a really good spoof of Star Trek. I think the people really paid good attention to what Star Trek was, and it's a good fun episode. So hope that context helps.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
Melissa-
good.
Yep.
You saw it,
Loved it.
Melissa?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And it was dark, but it was also kind of funny.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I really enjoyed it. And the costuming, just
Yep.
all of it. Yeah.
What about you, Katie? Is it on your to-do list or is it a half-done list?
It's kind of I think I did that, but gosh, I'm not sure.
It's a while
I think I
ago.
watched it a long time ago, and then I'm piecing bits together from your summary, but yeah, I should probably go back and rewatch that. I do remember thinking like, oh, Galaxy Quest did something similar with the cool uniforms and sci-fi and stuff. And then I was like, oh gosh, this is not Galaxy Quest. No way.
Yeah, it's
like
much
this was
darker.
like walking in, I was like, oh, it'll just be a Galaxy Quest.
So we've got a new poll in the live chat, everybody. The question is, have you seen the USS Callister episode of Black Mirror? The options are yes, and I loved it. There's Katie's answer. I think so. And the third option is nope, but maybe I should. I added a question mark because that's what kids do nowadays. Because everything ends in a question, even an upward inflection, even though it's not a question. It's weird.
Yeah.
Life is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so check this out. I cannot believe that this wasn't bigger news. It looks like this news is from over a week ago.
Oh,
over a week.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where did it
so
drop?
this is from what's on netflix.com. Check this out. Black Mirror USS Callister limited series in works at Netflix. Here's the crew. This show just went nuts. Look how great the colors are. So and it's everywhere, but it's just like a few here. I'll read a little bit of this. Did it show on, was it on Netflix? Is Black Mirror Netflix?
Netflix, yeah.
Okay, so check this out. It reads, one of Netflix's Emmy-winning episodes, USS Callister, is set to receive a spin-off series on the streaming service. What's on Netflix has learned. A new limited series comprising of 3 episodes.
Oh, that is limited. Holy cow.
I wonder what that means. Is scheduled to begin production later this year. So are they going to have like a second limited series afterwards or a spin-off of that? Or are they just like, nope, 3 episodes, that's all you get, people?
Possibly, but it's if I remember correctly, Toby Hayes is he was directed it originally, but he's a British director, and British television often does that type of thing.
Oh, Sherlock, right.
What, like 3 episodes?
3 episodes.
Yeah, and they can fit an entire story in those 3 episodes.
Is it because they're like a smaller country, so they have like smaller series?
They just cut out all the humor.
But they do also call each season a series. So series 1, series 2, series 3, instead of season 1, season 2, season 3.
They're just trolling us.
So
that's true. They do that.
And
but
Black
3
Mirror
episodes.
They only release like 5 episodes per season of Black Mirror too. I've always found that super strange, but I guess that tracks with 3 episodes of this. But it'll be nice to see where they pick up.
Feels like every episode must be so good for them to like whittle down all the ideas down to 3 or 4 or 5 episode series.
Well, you gotta wonder also, how long are the episodes? Is it like an hour or an hour and a half?
This is true. They can either vary from an hour to an hour and a half, but yeah. But having watched a lot of British television, I know that they can fit a lot of information and drama and character development in an hour.
Oh yeah.
50 minutes.
Yes.
So yeah.
Do you guys remember what season of Black Mirror it was? I think it was like the 3rd, maybe.
Somewhere in the middle. Let me look.
Okay, there it is. I see it here. Everybody, tonight, this is your homework. Watch the USS Callister, and then you'll be like, now I'm seriously excited for this news all of a sudden. So you go to Black Mirror on Netflix.com. It's season 4, episode 1. Season 4, episode 1, entitled USS Callister. It is 76 minutes. So yeah, Katie, it's basically like a movie. The others are like around 50 minutes, you know.
It's like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
16 minutes.
That's right.
Well, I mean, I haven't watched many movies that were only an hour and 16 minutes.
Oh, I watch the kids' movies. They're only an hour and 60.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
if
that
you have
a couple
to go to the
times.
bathroom in the middle, it's not worth it. Yeah.
It feels like a ripoff if something says like if it's like an actual movie, like in the theaters or something like that, and it says like 74 minutes. You're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Come
What's going on here? So let's say hi to everybody in the live chat that all have opinions on this. Just Rosie, what's up? Wanda, Linda, Zan, Zeus, Primo, 702, Chuck A, Steve Case, aka Bugbuster, what's up, man? Lane Page, Dave Gregory, Shag 840, that's 2420s. Back of the head, that's John Orchiola of Screen Rant, who tells us Black Mirror seasons are usually like 3 to 5 episodes. War Dog Heim, what's up? Portia, KL Bliss, Badger, hey Badger, Pat B, Cy Swanick, what's up? And all of you, we see you. Thanks very much for hanging out. Catherine Sage, it's a fun last name or middle name.
And we haven't decided what we're drinking yet.
Right.
You are so right. We got so excited about Brent J. Spiner being
we
in
jumped
our
right in.
group. He's probably going to be in the live chat next. He's going to pop up and hello, my fans. How much every loves me.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah.
So what are you drinking, Melissa?
Well, I'm drinking this thing from Trader Joe's. It is elderberry and pomegranate sparkling apple cider vinegar drink. And it is so delicious. But I've been on a pomegranate kick the past couple weeks. So I love pomegranate.
And you can cook spinach with it.
Oh, but it doesn't taste apple cidery vinegary.
You can make a vinaigrette. You can make like a dressing.
Is it like a kombucha or like just a little bit of vinegar in it?
It's just a little bit of vinegar in it. And yeah, it's like a sparkling soda almost, but not as much sugar. Yeah.
So our friend Robert Kaiser in the live chat, he's out in Austria, you guys. So it's like 1:30 in the morning for him. He says, wait, 2:30 in the morning for him right now. Yikes. He says, I got to get me some stuff to drink, at least a big glass of Alpine water, because before that, he said, I just came back from a monster video recording marathon for our sci-fi shop. What are you doing? Robert Kaiser's living like a savage out there. I don't know what's going on. He knows how to party, though.
I love it.
What about you, Katie? What are you drinking?
Yes, so I have my water as always, but in my quest to find the non-alcoholic White Claw, I actually found a Fitz's cream soda. And I've never had it before, but I like the cream soda, like Dum Dum Suckers. And it translates very well because now I'm buying more of these.
It's good then.
They actually taste so good. It's raw cane sugar too. It's like 42 grams of sugar.
Ooh.
You wonder how I'm still awake.
Yeah. That sounds like the kind of stuff me and Andre have during our watch. We get
just about to say we got to add that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sugar highs.
Like you take one sip and your eyes are just like bulging out of your head.
Rush.
Exactly.
That should be their slogan. Get a fix with Fitz. Like get your fix. I don't know. There's something there. What about you, Andre? What are you drinking?
You guys have all the fancy drinks. I just have some hot green tea. I've replicated that.
Yum.
Yep.
Nice.
But your mug is awesome and cool looking too.
Thank you. It's from Banff, Canada. Some of the best skiing I've ever done is there. So if you have any Canadians in the chat, go to Banff.
I was gonna say it looks like it should be like a giant like hot chocolate or mocha in there. That's what it seems.
That sounds really good. I did have coffee in this, like a mocha coffee earlier, and it was amazing.
Yum.
Yeah.
So I've got myself kind of a version. What are those? What's the drink you're looking for, Katie? I already forgot. Oh, White Claw.
Oh, the White Claw.
It's like a virgin White Claw. I got a polar lime seltzer.
Ooh.
It's made out of polar limes.
Sure.
Nice. How's it taste? Polar limes.
Yes, good. You know what I like best about it? The taste.
See, the last time I had a lime or lemon sparkling water thing was on this plague chase that we had in college. It was like our storm chase, but everyone got violently ill. And everyone was just like trying to stay hydrated. So we had these like fizzy flavored waters, and I just never again.
Oh my god.
Really? It's like memory association there now?
Oh, I can taste it right now over the cream soda.
Yum.
Just like it's so I was sick for like 2 weeks at 104-degree fever. We saw tornadoes, but at what cost?
Right.
104-degree fever. You need yourself a cold polar ice lime delicious goodie. It'll
See, if you would have told me that when I was sick, I probably would have puked it back up on you.
Ooh.
It was just that'll be a fun memory to have.
Puke talk.
In the live chat, all you experts out there, is it a myth? What's going on? I remember when I was a kid, my mom would say drink like 7-Up and saltine crackers when you're really sick. You know, but then the 7-Up was probably the same as this fizzy water. And I want to know, is that like a myth now that I'm thinking about, like, what's felt like the bubbles do something with your like magic bubbles, they tickle or something.
That's what I always heard. That the
are
bubbles
we
settle your stomach.
And if not, at least a placebo works.
Yeah, but does it though? Like, I don't know if it, I mean, the saltine I can kind of get, because if it's extra acidic, you need something, you know, that kind of soaks it up, you know, some kind of bread or cracker, but without too much like seasoning or anything crazy.
Maybe the sugar helps bring up your
Yep. I was told to drink ginger ale.
Yeah, but
whoa,
if the ginger was real, because it's the ginger that helps soothe
that part. Was the ginger real in the ginger ale, the Seagrams? Because I drank a lot of Seagrams, but now like in real ginger ale, oh yeah, it helps with like calm your fever and swelling and stuff. But yeah, I don't know about the Seagrams though. But
and it feels good going down.
Right. Peter C's hardcore. He says Coca-Cola syrup. He's like, you guys are wimps. You got to slam the Coca-Cola syrup. That'll fix it.
Yeah, because your body's in shock.
Yeah, right.
And we're like, that makes your stomach ache go away? He's like, oh, I thought you meant if you don't have gasoline in your car and you need to replace it with something else.
If you're in search of a stomach ache.
Is he talking about Coca-Cola from the 30s? Because that's a different brew. Or actually,
that'll get you up and going back to work in no time.
Oh, yeah.
See, we need to keep Lane Page around. She says, yes, Melissa is right again.
Aww.
Right, that's twice, right?
That's keep her around. Yeah.
That's good stuff. Shag840 says Verner's is Michigan medicine. Kale Bliss says ginger is warmth and carbonation, makes things move. Oh, we're talking that kind of talk, are we?
Huh.
7-Up. Badger is talking about 7-Up reminds me of being sick when I was a kid, and Vicks Vapo Rub. I love that smell though.
I do too.
Yeah, there's all kinds.
Well, did you guys ever do the Vicks Vapo Rub on your feet if you couldn't stop coughing?
No.
Yeah, so if you can't. Yeah, if you can't stop coughing, you put Vicks on your feet, you put socks over the top of it, and it works. It's
Eye of Newt.
Wow. So is it Vapo Rub or Vapor Rub?
Vapo.
I thought it was Vapo.
I believe that word. I've never heard of that before, Katie, but I totally buy that, and I'll tell you why right after these messages from Verner's delicious. No. One time when I was a kid, my dad told me something about if you rub a clove of garlic on the bottom of your foot in 20 minutes, you'll taste it. Now, of course, in the impetuousness of youth, I was like, bullshit, Dad. And then he slapped me. I didn't actually say that, but I was like, really? I really wanted to try it. And so I did. I got a clove of garlic. I rubbed it at the bottom of my foot and I was like, tee, that tickles. And I remember after I was like watching the clock. And then like after like 15, 18 minutes, I was kind of like, it didn't work. And I forgot about it. And then a few minutes later, I'd already forgotten. And I was just kind of like I just had like this, like, what's coming? My tasting. And then I realized, I was like, whoa. So it was a little longer than 20. It was maybe like 22 to 25 minutes, something like that. But it totally and completely worked. And I didn't like it because I had garlic breath for hours, and that's not great. So I believe, Katie, that sounds like that totally, I believe that completely. I bet that does work.
I need to try your method now.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
But then also on that subject, though, we also had dogs in the backyard. And anybody that's ever had dogs, don't walk in the backyard barefoot.
Ooh.
You don't want that experiment.
No. Yeah.
You didn't try all that, did you?
Yeah.
It's happened once or twice.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
betwixt the toes.
Oh no. I just felt it.
We're getting all the sensory info for tonight's stream.
So there's an interesting comment from Linda Endert that says, I remember giving Coke syrup to our hyperemesis patients I don't know what hyperemesis is, but it sounds like it was a medical use for it.
Yeah.
Well, and Chris Marshall somewhere said that they sell Coke syrup at some pharmacies for nausea.
Nice.
Hyperemesis. Some pregnant women experience a very bad nausea and vomiting. They might be sick many times and be unable to keep food or drink down, which can impact their daily life. This excessive nausea and vomiting is known as hyperemesis gravidarum or something like that,
Yep.
and often needs hospital treatment. And so Linda said she would feed what to them?
The Coke syrup.
Wow, so that is a thing then, huh?
Yep,
Good knowledge.
it is. Yep.
And
That's cool.
who is Prince William married to? His wife had that.
Catherine?
Kate, yeah.
Or Kate, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Princess
Okay.
Kate,
Middleton?
right? Yeah.
Kate Middleton. Yes, she had that.
Wow.
I think two of her pregnancies. I can't remember the details, but I think she had that.
I don't know why people even do that stuff. That sounds like a lot of work.
Well,
okay.
You know.
So we're closing out this poll here. Here are the results of our USS Callister poll. 8% of you said, I think I've seen it. 44% of you said yes, and I loved it. And 46 said nope, but maybe I should. I really hope that those of you that said nope do watch it, because it's highly enjoyable. I'm not the kind of guy that likes to go watch like an episode or something. And you don't, these are like episodic things like the Twilight Zone. So you can skip to the 4th season, episode 1. It's okay. They're all their own little story, just like the Twilight Zone or Outer Limits or something like that. And I watched it and I very much enjoyed it. So much that there were a ton of us that were banging the drum about getting a USS Callister series going. And there were Facebook groups starting because they thought for sure it was going to happen there, because it's set up like they were setting up a spinoff series the same way that, the end of Picard season 3 did, where we're like, okay, that's it. We got a spinoff, right?
It's gotta be.
And they're like, not so fast. That's kind of what this thing does in a way. And then the fervor just kind of died down and it went away. And a way to strike while the iron is freezing ass cold, because that was like 4 years ago or something.
Well, really, yeah, but I something, I don't know why it strikes me as hopeful, kind of, in a way, because it makes me think that the future of Star Trek is kind of safe because we have Netflix around. Because they did buy Prodigy, and because they're doing the spinoff of the USS Callister, and they started out on streaming platforms on Netflix. So I don't know. Netflix is kind of responsible for the resurgence of Star Trek, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I also think this could be really funny because like they're in a virtual world and they're like at the end they interacted with actual players and the dialogue made me crack up. So like from that aspect, I'm really looking forward to it too. Plus it's like, it's a good analog for Star Trek and I always love to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It was 2017.
Wow.
Actually, wow. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
So that was when the Orville was starting, Discovery was starting, and all us nerds were like, and the Callister, let's make it a trifecta of nerddom, a resurgence of nerditude.
Yay!
But we got 2 out of 3.
We'll take what we can get.
That. Well, and then if Toby Haynes is directing the new potential Star Trek 4, that I don't know. I just they all seem to be working together in a certain pace, and I don't know. It makes me hopeful for more Trek.
Tell us about Toby Haynes.
Well, because he directed the USS Callister, and then, but he's also been called to do the new the new script that we've been hearing about for the new movie for Star Trek 4. So, and he's a big, big, big Star Trek nerd. Huge
Finally.
Star Trek nerd. So, yeah. And if that movie's a prequel to the 2009 movie, then
it's gonna be dark and twisted and fun and cerebral.
Yeah. But he knows his Trek too. So
that's important.
Yeah.
Very.
It's very important to get a fan.
I wonder if he's gonna direct the new USS Callister limited series. That would be glorious.
I think on Movie Web, I was reading about this just recently on Movie Web, and it looks like he is slated to do this series.
Okay.
Really? That's amazing. This is what we were hoping.
Yeah.
It's crazy that this isn't bigger news.
Yeah.
Right. I see it on Movie Web. I'm opening that up right now. Yeah. Okay, Toby Haynes.
Directed by Toby Haynes and co-written by Brooker. The episode. Okay.
Yeah, but that's talking about the previous episode.
Right. But I feel like there's Toby Haynes said that he'd love to do a series based on the episode. Yeah, it doesn't really give that much information, but
well, let's hope.
Is the fourth movie the prequel? Is that official at this point?
Well,
officially an idea.
Yeah, it's officially another piece of Star Trek 4 potential.
Didn't we talk about that
in the work? Right, it's in the works.
Right.
I'm here for it.
I would love it
because it was Toby Haynes that dropped the information on some big news site, and then everybody was running with it. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, let's pull that up. So here is what we're talking about. Well, kind of. No, it's actually not, but it's another. Here's the thing. Star Trek 4. There's like this. I don't even know what's happening with Star Trek 4. There are so many cool ideas and news items constantly happening with Star Trek 4, and we can't keep getting excited, but we don't know which one's actually going to happen. Something's going to happen. But so here's one. This is from trekmovie.com, and it says, and the title says it all. Kate Blanchett and Rami Malek might have starred in Noah Hawley's shelved Star Trek movie. So this is one that's not happening apparently, but this would have been a really cool cast to start with.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for them to bring David Tennant in so he can complete his Infinity Gauntlet of fandoms.
Well, I'm going to send you.
He's a Marvel, Doctor Who. Oh gosh,
wait,
what else?
David Tennant's in
Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's in Marvel. What is he in Marvel?
Jessica Jones. He plays Kilgrave.
Okay.
Really?
Like brilliantly too. I feel bad for anyone named Jessica because the it's like a haunting echo in a hallway somewhere haunting you is his Kilgrave.
And he's one of the Doctor Whom's.
Two of them actually.
Oh. And what he was in something I saw recently. What was that?
Good Omens?
No.
DuckTales?
Woo.
You got me.
Yeah. I appreciate the woo.
I'm trying to remember.
So I just sent you an article from 3 weeks ago about Toby Haynes directing a new. It was from Deadline.
Oh, it was Ahsoka. He did the voice. Yes. So he's in Star Wars. That is a very good circle of fandom. You're right. That's very good. Let's see if he can break into Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, though.
Oh, like the other in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, didn't another one of the Doctor Whom's make it in Game of Thrones recently?
Matt Smith.
Matt
That
Smith.
one, yeah, he
Yes.
was actually really
Mhm.
good. He was really freaking good.
I liked his doctor too.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
That's one of my favorite episodes with him. Was the
Ooh.
the Vincent Van Gogh one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
That's my like starter Doctor Who episode for a lot of people.
So good.
And
Well,
Ryan's
we
tuned
think
out.
Yeah, not gonna work on me, guys. Not gonna work. I don't need a starter episode. So check this out. This is what Melissa just found. Deadline.com. Paramount expands Star Trek universe with new film. Andor's Toby Haynes. Right. So he did Andor. Wait, Andor and
USS
Yeah.
Callister.
Toby Haynes tapped to direct with Seth
Nice.
Graham-Smith writing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is Star Trek 4.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one that we're just kind of trying to figure out what the heck's even going on, right? Like, this is going to be a prequel. They said it was going to take place. They said it's going to take place decades before the original Kelvin movies.
Okay.
So it might have like George Kirk, Thor is going to be in it. Not to be
That'd be expensive.
Not to be confused with Thor Heyerdahl, writer of Kon-Tiki. Anybody remembers that book?
Did they say before the Kelvin incident or just decades before the actual Kirk going to the academy?
I think it says it takes place decades before those movies. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And that could mean 20. That could be 20 years, so
yeah. Because the
but that's
timeline
true because
splits.
those movies span a couple decades themselves, practically.
Right.
They do. It splits in 2233. So like it's the same timeline until the Narada comes back. So if they go before that, it would be the both universes combined, and then I'm thinking they might do Romulan War. They could do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that there was mention of that, I think, in the article or somewhere.
We definitely talked about on Star Trek and Chill before.
Oh yes. Okay, so that's probably where I heard it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Just really interesting that all of this is converging right now.
I think so. I can always use more Star Trek, no matter what it is, where it is, what kind. I'm here for it. More opportunity to expand the lore,
Yeah.
Yeah. Played by Brent Spiner. See how they're doing in the live chat here. This is a crazy day. There's so much stuff that's happening in our little nook of the world. Hey, the Matt Boardman has joined us, everybody. He's the fella that makes these cool background images for us, plus tons of thumbnails for tons of other things. He's a very helpful and super duper guy, and he's available for hire, by the way, everybody. Also, the walking exclamation point, Dr. Anne-Marie Seagull is in the live chat. She says the TNG, so where Luoxana remembers Kestrel. I don't know. What did I miss? I think, isn't it? I don't know. Kestra? Maybe it's a typo. Anyway. So let's see. And Robert Kaiser says, this is not the long time developing Star Trek 4, apparently, but yet another project, a fourth movie with the Chris Pine crew is apparently something they also want to do. Okay, that's the other thing here. Yeah, there's... And what we were thinking before, like Katie, you were talking about how we mentioned it before, was that back in the day, one of the several times that we've had story ideas for Star Trek 4 that have come out in, news articles, one was saying that way back in the day that it was going to be a time travel one, and it was going to have like George Kirk in it, but that that one got shelved because Thor, Chris Hemsworth, I think they were saying they didn't have the budget. They couldn't afford him. And also scheduling. Remember, there was that talk of like, everybody's costing too much and we can't do it. And so I'm wondering if this is them picking that back up.
Maybe.
Could be.
You know, they're picking it back up, or maybe they're repurposing it, or maybe they're recasting Thor. You know, whatever's going on, or maybe Chris Hemsworth is just like, now he's not doing the Avengers movie, so he's like, okay, yeah, you know, I could shave 15% off for you because I like you. No, I don't know.
No, that's a good hypothesis. I mean, his star power grew immensely after the first movie, and you get all the Avenger movies. So, like, if the Avengers are not being done, I mean, having Chris Hemsworth help helm that next movie would still be a great move for Paramount. Yep.
Oh, Stephanie Berner says, Ryan, you missed that Anne-Marie was talking about her double date with Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons.
Interesting.
Plemons sounds like one of those hybrid fruits, you know, like a pluot, like
a plum and a lemon.
Yeah, like a lemon, you know.
It's gonna be like an awful tasting.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's like those like chewing gum hybrids that they try to come out with every summer, but they just don't work.
Right. It's lemon flavored. You'll love it. Like a disgusting gum in the gum.
Grandma says it's the only thing I can taste anymore.
I love my lemon flavored gum and coffee. It's so good. I love lemon.
They probably add like salt to it just to make it, you know, some
Less
people
bitter.
add like weird stuff to fruits. Like I think my grandma added pepper to cantaloupe, and I almost burned her house down for it. And then I tried, I was like, that actually kind of works somehow.
Does it?
It was the weirdest thing. I was gonna taste it and be like, I told you it was gross, and I tasted it, I was like, damn, she knows everything. She did.
I try it.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was
That's
pepper
at least
and
once.
cantaloupe.
But isn't there a fruit called pomelo or flamenco or something like that?
Pomelo, I think it's a kind of orange or something, right?
I'm going to Google that right now. Pomelo.
Pomelo, I think it's
Yes. It's
Oh no, it's like pear-shaped kind of.
Oh.
It's a citrus fruit. Okay. So it is kind of orangey. What does a pomelo fruit taste like? There are several different varieties of pomelo, and they can all vary slightly in flavor, but most have a taste similar to that of grapefruit, with an intense tartness, sharp acidity, and prevailing sweetness. But unlike grapefruit, pomelos are milder in flavor and less bitter.
I had a pomelo over Christmas.
Interesting.
Last
I
name
wonder if I'm
Anderson.
allergic to those too.
Okay.
Anyway, so I really am. I know we already talked about this, but I really am excited about that USS Callister thing. Do we know anything about any kind of timeline or anything? Because I didn't see that anywhere
It
in
seems
the
very
article.
vague.
Yeah.
In the article, it did say sometime this year.
Ooh.
Let me bring it up again.
That they would start production on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Production.
So that means end of next year, middle of next year, maybe?
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be under the banner of a new season of Black Mirror, or if it would just be its own thing.
Probably its own thing.
It sounded like its own thing because it said spinoff.
Sounds like it'd be Black Mirror adjacent.
Like
It's shooting in the UK, and it's going to last for 10 weeks, the shoot.
Oh.
Did it say approximate dates for those?
It starts in spring of 2024, so very soon.
Hey,
nice.
That means it might be done by the end of the year or beginning of next year.
Yep.
What a treat. Oh, life is so good. So chill.
There's a new character being added named Rinko. And yep.
I got kind of excited. I thought you said Rico. I was like, Rico Anderson?
Right?
What?
Played
Rico
by
Anderson.
Rico too.
That'd be awesome.
Rico played by Rico?
The Rico
His
effect.
casting was meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while we're celebrating that, everybody, there's someone in the live chat that has a bit of foreknowledge on this next news item. His name is War Dog Heim. Bill Erickson out in Montana, but currently out in Florida, I think, right now. Weird. Check this out. This is from our good friends over at trekmovie.com. Check it out. Watch trailer for William Shatner, You Can Call Me Bill, documentary coming in March. Today, Legion M announced the feature documentary, William Shatner, You Can Call Me Bill, will debut in theaters in North America on March 22nd. That's like the maybe second or first day of spring, right? Which happens to be Shatner's 93rd birthday. Good.
93 years young. I love it.
So this is a Legion M production, and the reason our friend Bill Erickson had foreknowledge of this is because he's one of those rad people that donates and invests in Legion M. So he is part of the reason this documentary will be happening in a month and a half. So thank you for that, Bill. Bill.
That's fun. Oh, one Trek fan says I backed that doc. Nice. Lisa.
Excellent.
Yeah.
These great people are providing content for us.
Absolutely.
So Bill Erickson and Lisa in the live chat, can you tell us if you know any little tidbits about it? Like, where does it take place, or what are we covering here? Is he just talking about his life, during childhood? Is the camera just following him on his day-to-day? What's the situation about?
Did he go to space? Did we get to see that when he went to space?
Oh, maybe that's what they're covering. Here's the official description. William Shatner, You Can Call Me Bill is an intimate exploration of the life and career of William Shatner, from his unforgettable portrayal of Captain James T. Kirk in Star Trek to his diverse accomplishments of a 70-plus year career across film, television, and the arts. The documentary captures the essence of Shatner's journey and his extraordinary contributions to the entertainment industry. I had a friend named Gaston, and he really liked a girl in this restaurant we worked in. He was Haitian, good guy. We had a lot of fun together. And he really liked this girl. And just for fun, I keep the conversation going because we were waiting on tables in a restaurant. You kind of, so I was like, what do you like best about her, Gaston? And he really got into character. He thought for a second, and he went, her essence. And I was like, wow, I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but
wow.
Her essence.
I don't know why, of all things, that reminded me of this. But have you guys seen the Patrick Stewart commercial for Paramount Plus that just came out?
Oh my god!
I just saw that today. Oh my god!
I don't
Hilarious.
know what I'm like. I want to see William Shatner do one of those commercials now. Like, bring him in. If he's doing all these projects, you can get him for a commercial.
Agreed.
That's true.
Hilarious. Yes.
This was so funny.
Throw the child.
I haven't actually seen it, but I just saw this image being passed around.
So
I just saw it today.
You have
so
to
funny.
watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, let me find it.
He's in his element, and he throws this cartoon child so far.
It's amazing.
Yes,
this is Tuatunga Vailoa.
Yeah, but I said, wow, he's actually got a good arm. He almost made it.
He has a little football uniform on from like the 30s too. It is adorable. It's so funny.
He throws this little stinker, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, Arnold.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to toss
glorious.
Arnold has a football-shaped head.
If only we had someone made of pigskin.
And Creed comes in and starts playing.
It's the most Yeah.
The one with with arms wide open. That guy, right?
It's so unhinged.
Yeah. And they all start singing the song that Creed is playing. It'll take you higher. It'll take me higher. Yeah.
Oh, you plop Shatner in there and you have a world of possibilities for
gosh.
a show.
Mhm.
Wow.
If they got Patrick Stewart to do it, they can get him.
Maybe.
I think Will Shatner's going to work until he dies. Like B.B. King is another, the music legend. He was touring in his all the way till he passed, and Shatner's 93.
Cher's
and
another one. Cher's killing it too.
Oh yeah.
Although
she will live.
She will live eternally. She's already 1,000, and I adore her.
I do too.
That was a lot.
Shatner's going to outlive all of us. I got news for all of y'all. Shatner's going to outlive all of us.
It's the horses, man.
He's going to be 145. We're going to be in our 90s, dying out. He's going to be like, get up. You guys are lazy. Get back to work. Lazy.
When I was your age, I was flying to space. Get moving.
He'll be reprising Kirk in the year 2067.
Right. Stay alive to watch that.
I like to see a bunch. He just shows up in Bozeman for the first contact day. Actually,
right on the Enterprise L. Right.
He needs to live to 2063.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
For first contact. This is important.
Yeah.
I'm looking to buy land out there just to prepare for first contact day.
Nice.
Build a mini hotel only for Star Trek fans.
Yeah.
I love that lower
Castor's
decks
lizard
there.
babies.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys, here's something also interesting that you may or may not enjoy. Melissa Longo made something. I'm scared to open it.
What'd you make?
Oh, here's a fun, actually a couple things. She made a This Day in Star Trek History. Okay. The first of which is in 1949, the man of the hour, Brent Spiner is born. So we know that already, his birthday. We're still talking about you, Brent J. Spiner, joining our Facebook group. And in 2005, what you guys know what happened on February 2nd, 2005?
Something Enterprise?
Yep. Enterprise is canceled.
Oh,
I know.
That crushed me.
I know.
Yeah,
that's so sad.
Oh.
Even though we already know it.
Yeah.
It happened 19 years ago, and it's still sad to read
that
those
still
words.
stings.
There is still time to bring back and revive Enterprise. Scott Bakula he was just on The View today. Like, he's doing a new project. Still has hair. Bring him in. It's perfect. He's not too far out. We got it.
I want an animated version of Enterprise, like they do with that make an animated series, and you can bring all the voices.
Some kind of limited series.
Yeah.
Can you imagine they did a
Totally.
10-episode featurette season? You know, Paramount Plus does it. Bring everybody back, do the voices, do the Romulan War, right? Season 5
Dave's
of
Trip.
Enterprise. There you go. Yeah, Trip is dead. And
no,
they can bring him back.
They go Star Trek 3 and resurrect him in one episode. It's great.
Like
they can bring back Shax. They can bring back anyone.
I was gonna say that too, Andre. The clone. They could do that.
Yep.
Oh gosh,
the
Sim.
similitude. Yep.
Check it out. 1967 original series episode Court Martial aired. This is actually especially relevant because of that Strange New Worlds episode that aired last year, where they had those big old chunky things on the. They were really fun.
Yeah, but in the Star Trek, the Court Martial episode, there are like little pieces of fabric in those shapes. And Strange New Worlds, it's a little bit different, but it's really cool.
I love the updates to the uniforms. Yeah.
Oh, here's a fun one for
Yeah.
all the smarty pants in the live chat. In 1968, February 2nd, which episode of Star Trek aired? I'll give you a hint. It's not Next Generation.
Great hint.
That gets me somewhere.
Lower Decks.
It's not Lower Decks, but you're getting warmer in a way.
Trouble with
way.
Tribbles. I'm just gonna throw out episode names.
Somebody's gonna get it. These guys are really good when we did this
know.
last time.
They're
It's
better at it than
scary.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Now they're too busy saying justice for Trip. They're on my side.
Amok Time.
Nope.
Somebody has to know it.
I'll give you a hint. It's season 2.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm.
flavorful. Okay, so the answer. Oh, Linda Anderegg says Spock's brain.
Is that it?
Ooh.
No. Steve Case.
Oh,
A
smarty
Melissa-
pants.
Little
Melissa
more.
is gasping Steve Case because you got
Yes.
it right.
That's
It
impressive.
is.
Wow.
That is
Private
impressive.
Little War. Wait, a little private war. It was private little war.
Did-
Anyway.
Yeah.
And the last thing today in Star Trek history, 2021, February 2nd. Woman in Motion documentary
Oh, I missed
opened in
her.
movie theaters across the US for a limited engagement.
How cool is that? It's such a great documentary. Gotta love Nichelle.
Love her. Sweetest person.
Well, I found out through a strange series of events, my uncle actually got to work with her when he was out in Hollywood. He was making
Nice.
documentaries, and it was
Wow.
him, and he met James Doohan, and James he made them go out and buy him scotch or bourbon or something while they were working on this documentary. But he
I think
said
it was
Michelle
one bourbon,
so
one
sweet.
scotch, and one beer. I think that's what it was.
There you go. Yeah, said he was a pretty fun guy. But he kept saying how nice Nichelle was, and I'm just like, you didn't tell me this until now.
I met her twice, and she was always really paying attention to what you were saying. You know, you meet some
Mhm.
celebrities and say, like, you got me to go into science. Like, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's great. You know, we've heard this 1,000 times. She was like,
I know who you're referencing,
Wow.
Andre.
no names. But she was just like really like you could tell like she cared about the impact she was having on people's lives, and she's just the best person. She's great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, I agree. She was extremely present. Like it felt
Yes.
like in her later
Yes.
years, all she cared about was connecting with the person in front of her.
Mm.
Yes.
And it wasn't just
Mhm.
like, how you doing? Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's wonderful. Thank you. She was like, she would like lock in on you, and it was like the rest of the world goes away, and she is just intent on connecting soul to soul, mind to mind. It was beautiful.
felt
She's an
it.
angel.
Mhm.
I felt it.
Yeah. Well, her last convention at that party, and when she was dancing, it was just that was magic. That
getting
was just
misty-eyed.
magic to watch her dancing on the dance floor, because she is just in her
Uh-huh.
element.
She was
On
dancing
that
to the
dance floor.
Sons of Kirk, fronted by our
Yes.
friend, Mr. Gary Graham, the
Graham.
late and great.
Mm.
Mhm.
And now they're dancing up there too.
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
playing a
They're
solo act for her now.
Having a good
She's
time.
like, you're
She's singing
that
and he's
young
playing.
man that plays the guitar.
Hey.
And she's singing.
Yeah, Anne-Marie
Yeah.
did mention another thing that happened today in Star Trek history in the live chat. I didn't add it into this list, but it was Star Trek Online was launched on February 2nd. I believe 2010.
Wow.
I need to
very
play
cool.
that.
Cool. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
really, the whole reason I have this computer right now is because I wanted to play Star Trek Online, and I just
Really?
haven't downloaded it yet. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Stimulus
Hashtag
check
play
hit
it
during
for
COVID.
envy. Aaron always used to say that hashtag play Ferengi. Yeah.
Aw.
Aw.
I mean, I
Star
get
Trek
pretty good
Online.
weather, so I might as well.
It's fun. I
Bob-
play it on Xbox.
Bob D says that's George, not James. I think he's referring to George Thorogood, who sings the song "One Bourbon, One Scotch, and One Beer," which is what I was referencing. George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Savage band. Do they also sing Magic Carpet Ride? Is that right? Is that them? Which was in First
The
Contact,
Aladdin
which
one?
weird.
Oh.
I
Wait a
love
second.
that.
That's
I
a whole
love
nude
that.
world.
Whole nude
Like,
world.
wait a second.
Whole new world.
Oh, we've moved to the after hours again.
Oh,
We forgot.
that's right.
Oh no.
The secret
You're not
logs.
escaping.
Forgot.
You got to tell them what you were Googling right before, what you were Googling and ogling right before
Okay.
we went live.
It's been peeking at me from behind the screen this whole time too.
You've been peeking at it.
I blame Andre. He brought it up. There's this 3 volumes now that you can buy on Amazon called The Secret Logs of Mistress Janeway, a parody of galactic proportions.
Steppenwolf. Thank
Oof.
you. War Dog Hyman Shaggermine. Steppenwolf, not George Thorogood. Thank you. Good stuff. Please continue about your whatever porn you and Andre were getting into.
Yeah.
It's as
Hey,
old
it's
as the internet.
$12.99 a volume. There's 3 volumes, and it clearly states on Amazon that it has dishing a heavy dose of BDSM.
When there were only 10 pages on the internet, The Secret Logs of Mistress Janeway was number 11. It's actually pretty historic /film, because that's kind of an element of Star Trek. But yeah, if you get bored, Google it. It's hilarious.
It has
Wow.
5-star ratings. I'm just saying.
It details the untold adventures of the Voyager crew in the Delta Quadrant, not for the timid.
Wow. I don't know if I want to know.
I kind of do. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
in
like-
if you look at it, it's in a sexy kind of
It's
you
actually
find
pretty
it
funny.
in a library. It's not just loose leaf paper. It's actually bound.
Wait.
Bound.
Oh yes, very tightly.
It's The Secret
Make sure you're in
Logs
that
of Mr.
incognito
Janeway.
window.
Logs.
Yep.
I just did the incognito.
Chapter 1, Janeway wrestling Neelix.
Oh.
Chapter 2, those lizard babies.
Mr. Tuvok, go to your room.
Wow.
And take me with you.
Right. I haven't read it. Not at all. I don't know what's in it.
Wow.
Well, I have a whole weekend ahead of me, so
I've
this is
read
for
it.
Wow.
research purposes, solely research.
Exactly.
I would have to go to church, get some holy water, pour it in my eyes. Like that'd be my contact solution this weekend. It's just some holy water. And okay, we're ready to go, guys.
So before the internet, fans used to write this stuff, and so the Secret Logs was actually in a documentary about slash fiction and Star Trek and a couple other things. So it's got some interesting history to it if you care about that stuff, and it's a very old site. So that's where it came from. So it's
Wow.
interesting. This was back in the early '90s, I think. Like emergence of the internet. This was here.
Well, I have to mention what Rico E. Anderson in the live
Oh
chat
no,
What do you
he
say? Hey,
cannot get in on this
Rico.
conversation.
You know I'm his
He's
king.
already watched
Run,
every or
Rico.
read every page of that thing.
He's retitled the show Star Trek and Chill After Dark Squirt.
Where's Char with her squirt?
And I was saying earlier that Shar definitely wrote whatever this
Yes.
Janeway thing is. That was her.
Yep. She surely did.
Oh
Showed
my
it.
gosh. It's
So anyway, everybody's getting a little peek into what we talk about for like a few minutes right before we go live, and then we're like, oh no, we're a couple minutes late. Put away, Kate.
Away the incognito
Put away
page.
your Janeway smut.
Your DBSM
Close. Close,
And they were gonna spend a lot of time in the Delta Quadrant. I won't judge them.
So Janeway did have a boyfriend in the holodeck. I remember my jaw dropping that one episode.
Yep.
I was like, whatever it.
Hey,
Everyone needs a hobby.
hey,
Gotta stay active.
That's
sorry.
okay.
Oh man.
Zanzus Primo says you should read a paragraph. Give us a taste, so to speak.
No, don't read it.
But no,
No.
that's not our. We just we're too chill. We're
That's
chill.
left unknown.
It's just yeah.
If you want
Plus-
to, it's cheaper on Kindle, $3.99. Go check it out yourselves.
There you go.
And then
So
delete your browser
anyway,
history.
Anyway.
Lane Page says, my husband says her voice is a turnoff.
It's true.
There's a great phrase. I'm not gay, but I can appreciate, that one of my friends introduced me to in college. And it's just like, yeah, Captain Janeway. I can appreciate her.
She carries herself well. That's right. She looks good. She carries herself well. You know, yeah. Yeah.
Lady in power, strong.
Yeah, she's an icon. Totally.
Whatever. I know you guys are reading that Janeway sweat right now.
As we speak.
Don't try.
My eyes are looking at a different window.
It's like when religious people do, like, if you do something bad, you got to do 14 Hail Marys, and then it's all better. You guys are like, we have to do 3 Janeway compliments, and then everything restarts back to 0, and then we're okay.
So sitting here with 3 icons hanging on the wall in front of me talking about this either.
And they're just staring back like. Save us, Ryan. We just
Okay.
Let's keep it going.
Well, I'm trying, but our good friend Dr. Muhammad Noor is texting me some important questions.
Hey, Dr. Noor.
What's up?
I'm trying to understand what he's saying.
Have we talked about Legacy? I'm wondering what's going on with that. Like the news, I don't know if you've already talked about this. Apologies. I'm just wondering if that's going to be a show. I've seen rumors. I've seen yeses and nos.
As long as Paramount Plus is in limbo, I feel like they're going to keep it on a hold.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
As much as it sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's on hold too.
So look, Melissa created a top 10 memorable Worf moments. Here's my worry about this. My immediate worry is, first of all, I think that's great. But secondly, I wonder if, knowing Star Trek fandom, if they're all going to be, I'm going to say 8 or 9 of them are going to be comedic moments. Because those are the moments.
Memorable. And they're fun. I didn't say top moments. So yes, they are funny.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
My prediction is because for me, that's how it is for me too. It's like when you have somebody that's so like tough and stern, the moments we remember are the ones where he's out of character or he makes us laugh or things like that,
Yeah.
So let's see what she's got. One for me is Little. That's funny.
Defiant moment. That was good. That's a good one. Yeah.
I like that.
Tough little ship.
Yeah.
So number 10, at the first sign, quote, at the first sign of betrayal, I will kill him, but I promise to return the body intact. That was in Purgatory's Shadow, Deep Space Nine, Season 5, Episode 14.
And he's talking about Garrick to Captain Sisko, which makes it even funnier because he's telling Captain Sisko at the first sign of betrayal, I will kill him, but I will bring the body back to intact. That's funny.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Worf has on the right.
All right. The next one is number 9. Men do not roar. Women roar. Then they hurl heavy objects and claw at you. And then one of the men says, he reads love poetry. He ducks a lot. The Dolphin, Next Generation, Season 2, Episode
Nice.
10.
I forgot about
That was
that
with
moment.
Kalar? No. It was with that
No.
lady that turns from a Care Bear
Yeah.
into a Wookiee.
Yeah. Well, Wesley is asking dating advice about the girl he has a crush on.
Yep.
And then Worf is saying, well, women roar and throw things. And then Wesley asks, what do the men do? And Worf says they read poetry
ducks a
and
lot.
duck a lot.
Interesting. So the
Season
next
2 is
one
one of my
is
favorites. I love that.
number 8. You may now give birth. Everybody knows that one.
Yes.
Keiko.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's
Great
an image
one.
of that beautiful moment.
Great episode.
Congratulations. You are fully dilated to 10 centimeters. You may now give birth. That's funny.
And then she says, what do you think I'm doing?
Yeah.
What do you think I've been doing?
Congratulations.
Oh, you're on mute.
My other prediction, Melissa, was that I believe I know what your number one moment was, if you kind of put them in a vague order. And I will perform what I believe is Melissa's choice for number 1. Worf.
Mm,
Yep.
that was a good one.
That's my prediction. We'll see if it's right.
Oh yeah.
You don't know me at all.
Ooh, I'm starting to feel more confident with my guess now. Number 7, he says, and I will make it a threesome. The Last Generation of Picard. We remember that one. Beautiful. Riker says, do you even hear yourself right now?
The delivery is just
Perfect.
perfect.
It was
Number
perfect.
6 is my favorite moment. I will feed him. That one
Aw.
with
Spot.
Spot. Yeah.
Yes. So cute.
He will need to be fed once a day. He prefers feline supplement number 25. I understand. And he will require food. You must also provide him with a sandbox. And you must talk to him. Tell him he is a pretty cat and a good cat. I will feed him. There it is.
They don't have
So
automatic
good.
feeders by then.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Number 5, there was a little ship that took a little trip. And that was One Little Ship, Deep Space Nine, Season 6, Episode 3.
It was his poem.
Yeah.
And then
Aww.
Jadzia says,
Nice.
there's nothing on this pad.
That's right. The twist.
The
And then he
twist.
says, number 4, I am Worf, son of Moog, House of Martok, son of Sergei, House of Rozhenko, Bane to the Duras, Slayer of Gowron. I have some chamomile tea. Do you take sugar? That was Picard Season 3, Episode 3, 17 seconds. Number 3, everybody loves this one. I protest. I am not a merry man.
Knew it had to be up there.
Yeah.
Number 2, death to the opposition. Take me out
Baseball.
to the holosuite.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Beautiful.
tied with find him and kill him in my
Yes,
mind.
I was gonna
I
put that in there too, but
They're like the
list would
same.
be a million yeah.
All right, let's see what number 1 is. Let's see if I got my predictors up. There it is. Worf sleeping on the bridge of the Enterprise. I agree pretty strongly with that.
Oh yeah.
It's such a beautiful moment.
So
It was
good.
something like I saw it and I was like, this is iconic. This is something that'll be talked about for forever.
Sensational
Yeah.
writing. Yep.
So good.
Everybody in the live chat, let us know. Do you agree with Melissa's 10? Are you livid?
Yeah,
Please,
tar
you
and
know,
feather
please.
me. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Dave
Just a
Gregory
little
says,
fun.
don't forget he sneezed right after, Ryan. That's right. That's right. Good knowledge.
Mm.
I haven't seen that one in so long, but it's coming up.
Kathy D says not only sleeping but snoring.
And after being stabbed and shot, I mean, that's pretty impressive in the same episode. You
Yeah,
know?
we'll let's give him a break. Poor guy,
Yeah.
he needs a
Yeah,
nappy.
exactly.
Yeah.
Didn't get his
Missile
nap
is
in. He was getting
tired. He is
shot at.
sleepy.
Yeah.
So fun stuff there, Melissa Longo. Everybody, you know the Star Trek Awards show, the 2024 Lappy Awards are coming up in just a couple short weeks. The crown jewel of Virtual TrekCon 5. Virtual TrekCon 5 is 5 days of Star Trek creamy goodness, virtual shows. Oh, my hand just raised. Virtual
isn't that a
shows.
feature?
Yeah, and games and live panels. It's going to be like 10, 12, 14, 15 hours per day, 5 days straight from February 5th through 19th. But on the 18th, Sunday the 18th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, we have the Star Trek Awards show, the 2024 Lappy Awards. Why am I telling you this? Well, because right now we've got our guesses sheet, our prediction sheet. It's like when people guess, the Emmys, or they fill out their March Madness brackets, we have those for the Lappy Awards. So this isn't what you think should win. This is what you think will win, what the fans picked. Show off your knowledge. You can fill this out. The description box below, you click on that link that's right there that says make your Lappy guesses here. You click on that, make your predictions. Last year, we gave out a bunch of prizes for the highest point totals, and we will again this year. So make those predictions. Take your time. There's no rush. You got a couple weeks to do it because the cutoff point is Star Trek and Chill exactly 2 weeks from today. We'll close it out. We'll get some winners. We'll announce those winners on the closing ceremonies, February 19th. That's a Monday. It's going to be nuts, everybody. If I had to predict who's going to do best in the predictions, Dave Gregory's really good at this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're going to get a dark horse.
Mm-hmm.
I think Back in the Head might do really well this year. John Orchiola, because he writes Star Trek. He's in there. He's digging around the groups. He's seeing what they're talking about.
But One Trek Fan did really well last year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eve England out in Wales. I think those.
Yeah.
Eve, definitely.
Yeah.
So did my live in Tokyo.
Interesting.
But Glenn is pretty knowledgeable too.
Everybody
But a
in this room
knowledge
brings a
of
lot
the
knowledge.
fan base is different. Let's see what Glenn can pull off this year.
True.
And for the rest of us, there's sheer dumb luck. So good luck.
And it's also a point total, like a point system. So since there are like 6 legacy categories, 5 universe categories, and 12 new or current categories, what if somebody doesn't know a lot about the new stuff? We can't really, hurt them too much on that. So what we did is the legacy group is worth 30 points. So that means the 6 of them are each worth 5 points. The universe, there are 5 of them. So all 5 of them are each worth 6. So that's 30 points as well. The new division is worth 3 points each. So that's 36 in total. So it's 30, 30, and 36, which kind of makes it a little bit more fair for some people that may not have as great of knowledge with the new stuff or not as great of knowledge with the old stuff. It kind of averages out. And then we've got the just for fun ones that are going to be for the golden lobes. Those are each just worth 1 point, kind of like extra credit on a test, So the total is 104 points if you get them all right. I'd be shocked if anybody even got 80 points because this is hard. This is very
Predicting
difficult.
the future is hard, guys. Points at the meteorologist title on my name.
She knows.
Yep.
She gets it.
Godspeed, because
well, let's talk about the week before we get out of here. It's been a fun week already. looking back a couple days ago, back at the head, John Orchiola joined us on Falling Towers Watch the First podcast. You can watch that full episode right now on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. We are reviewing Slow Horses Couldn't Drag Me Away on Apple TV.
Interesting.
Slow Horses. Myself, Dr. Noor, and John Orchiola on that one. Yesterday, we had a nice Throwback Thursday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. You can check that out right now with Chase Masterson talking about bar association and just being wonderful like she always is.
Aw.
He's amazing.
And then on Sunday, this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, go to the Seventh Rule YouTube channel for our first segment review of Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 3, Episode 3, Survivors. Remember that one? Then on Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Wait a minute. No, I got that backwards. Monday is the full episode of Survivors, Season 3. That's at 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Then on Sunday, rewind a little bit. This coming Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, Next Generation Season 3, Episode 7, The Enemy. Remember The Enemy with the Romulans, the injured Romulans?
Mm-hmm.
We actually have the actor that played the Romulan in sick bay, Steve Rankin, joining us for that episode. It's a ton of fun. Check that out. That is this Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. And then the next one, on Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on Tuesday, come right back to this channel, the Virtual TrekCon channel, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the main viewer. It's all news all the time. No shenanigans, no screwing around, no giggles.
No mistresses of
Absolutely
Janeway.
none. No secret logs.
Nope. We keep it real. We just hard hitting.
No BDS.
Nope. It's just
Other
white
alphabet
knuckle action. Edge of your seat.
Well,
no wrestlers.
Oh, Andre, do you have handy on you what you've been working on lately? You said you've been working on some stuff before we go.
I do. I can't wait to show it to you all. You've seen some of the spaceships, but I've been basically just making tons and tons of spaceships. I've copyrighted some of them. It's almost ready to show, guys. I'm excited.
Woo.
It's an original sci-fi world. It's going to be immersive. It's going to tell the story of a ship in trouble. And I cannot wait to share it with you soon.
Nice. Very cool. And can you tell everybody where they can find you online?
You can find me online at the Sci-Fi Dre on Twitter, and also on Instagram under Saxmasta. But I'm on. Just find me on Twitter. I'm there. And I have an art station too. Artstation.com. Sci-Fi Dre. Because I do 3D
Sci-Fi
art.
Dre.
Yes.
What about you, meteorologist Katie Nicola? Are you pissed off that like a groundhog is always right?
Actually, no, there's a possum in North Alabama who also does it and has a better record, apparently. So I'm on Team Possum. I think his name's like Ron the Possum or something.
That's awesome.
But today's not the good day for meteorologists. It's a dark day. But you can still find me online at @weather_Katie. I'm on all the socials. And I do this Friday Furcast segment where I get animals adopted from our local shelter by doing the forecast with them. We have 100% success rate since starting it last year. Every single one of them's been adopted. And today we had a ferret named Fairy and she was adopted. Same day.
Oh, yay.
So you can go check that out. I shared it on my page.
That's very
She almost
cute.
bit my face. I told the shelter lady, I'm like, I grew up watching Steve Irwin, so I'm like, oh, it tried to bite me. How cute.
Boy, this one's a crazy little pup. Hey, TJ Jackson Bay out in Missouri. This one's for you. We have a little piece of news for TJ Jackson Bay out in Missouri. Here we go. This is from a website called ESPN.com. Looks like the Golden State Warriors are currently beating your Memphis Grizzlies 66-55. Wow. Just FYI. Anyway,
wow.
Melissa Longo, where can people find you and your wares online? Wolves, rats, things like that.
Well, at Melissa Longo, Malissa on social media, and at the introvertedrepublic.com under Walking Art Made by Melissa. I just recently launched a new line, more to come, Sweathead, workout wear. So, and Walking Art Made by Melissa on Patreon. I forgot where it was. On Patreon. I am
You're at home, I think.
Still writing a story.
I still have one of the cloth bags you sold me, and I love it.
Yep.
Aww.
Yep.
Yay. I love seeing that stuff walk around.
Yep.
It's functional art.
Yeah.
And everybody, you can
Otherwise
find
known as
me, right? You can find me on twitter.com at Ryan TG Husk. Once again, that's at Ryan TG Husk, or just the Seventh Rule, Virtual TrekCon, or Falling Tower on your favorite social media platform, but especially right here on YouTube. So our friend Wardogheim in the live chat has the right answer. He says, if you're watching live right now, when this stream ends, hit the refresh button. The comments section drops down like a bomber, like a B-1 bomber. It just opens, and leave us your comments. Tell us what you think about, remedies for stomachs and Katie's smut that she can't get enough of. Katie's Janeway smut.
I
Let
hope
us
my
know your
parents aren't
thoughts.
watching this tonight.
Blame Andre.
It was Andre,
I'll
actually.
take the
Yeah,
credit
that's
for
true.
that one. I brought it up. It was me.
true.
You opened the door. I just happened to walk through.
Right? Just browse right on in.
Yeah. Anyway,
No hesitation.
true.
I've read that before.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Kathy
You guys
D,
are the
Shag
best.
840, Wardogheim, Just Rosie, Glenn, Kathy, again, Robert, Fran, May Borello, Portia, Tiffany, One Trek fan, and all of you Zanzus. We appreciate all of you for hanging out with us. I think that's it. Hey, make sure you like this video, subscribe, leave your comments down below. We really appreciate all that. And other than that, hey, have a chill weekend.
Yes.
You've earned it.
Enjoy yourself. Watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
And the USS Callister.
Yes.
Yeah.